Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and welcome to the 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger. Alright, well, I have no idea what this is. Welcome back to the case that just doesn't seem to have an ending. I mean, if the story's good, great. And I'm not saying the story's bad here, although I'm still holding out on what I said about Lang until I can figure out why he suddenly did that 180 flip-flop. But it's just like, you know, I would have been fine with this story if this ended an hour or two ago. I just felt like the story felt complete. And they're just tacking on like one thing after another. I mean, Lance did it, right? I mean, it just seems to me to be obvious. The only thing the game is trying to do is trying to get Ernest to bail his son out and try to deflect blame. But at the end of the day, Lance is still going to be guilty, correct? And if so, and Lance is guilty, then this entire extra thing doesn't mean anything at all. I don't know. I think back to the guy with the pigeons. What was his name? I forget his name. It wasn't high up on my favorite cases, needless to say. I don't remember what case it was off the top of my head. You know exactly what the case I'm thinking of. The one with Armstrong and the pigeon guy, and I remember thinking that entire thing was completely useless with the pigeon guy on the stage. And then I found out that, okay, it wasn't completely useless, but it was like mostly useless. How I'm feeling with the end of this. But anyway, let's be positive. Well, let's go forward and let's have some fun. At the end of the day, you know, I may say, okay, well, this could have ended 2 hours ago, but if we're still having fun, then let's still have fun. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger. Oh, what is this? I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badge you saw was just a stupid doll. Waterland Pamphlet Data Updated Mark Organizer. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. What kind of noise is this? I mean, this guy's K's, and then N's, and then a GH. I mean, how are you supposed to say this sound? I would love to know what this says in Japanese, by the way. Because this just doesn't seem to translate well. It's like, I mean, that's not something someone would say. Someone would say something like this. Or, I mean, I guess that's kind of this, but I don't get the K's here. Just so weird. But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hit the doll somewhere. And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead. If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. King. What's with the K's? Now, get off your high horse. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, the dots. Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. Huh? You don't know when to quit, do you? Like, I mean, instead of K's sound, just give me exclamation marks. That works. I can't quit. Not until I can declare that I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. Well, see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. Hey, I actually said recreation instead of recreation. That looks really weird. Look how it changes from the blue badger into the photo badger all of a sudden. If this slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding? Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? So come on, Miss Edgeworth, let's go. Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Let's see here. Left to right? That's what I normally do. For some reason I was going right to left there, but left to right's usually best. This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house. I bet the one who killed the blue badger was the bad badger, right? According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy. All because an ally of justice and the other's a vile criminal with a gun? Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the steel samurai and the evil magistrate. I was just saying that same thing. I like the callback. What am I supposed to deduce here, though? Like, what am I supposed to point out? I have no idea what was supposed to point out here. Like, I don't see anything. I don't see anything really suspicious about this. When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors. Indeed. Who has ever heard of this many mirrors instead of a haunted house before? Well, at least we know this is a real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards. Okay, like a mirror house, haunted, like a mirror house. Haunted house hybrid. This place is full of mirrors. Okay, we got some logic. Hey, wait, these shards, there's something different about them. Oh. The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too. The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that the pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? Mirror fragment data updated. This is where the proto badger shows up in our recreation. Yes, now the question is, where did he come from? Yeah, but there's no place to hide in our current motel, in our current model. There must be an inconsistency somewhere. Pieces of a set of armor are in a pile here. Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside haunted houses? I suppose this sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of the abnormalcy. Why do all the explanations have to be so hard to understand, Miss Edgeworth? Now try it again, but this time so that even a thief like me can get it. That may prove to be a most difficult task. When you take a look around, okay, so this is the same. Almost feels like someone came through the mirror. So like they busted through the mirror or something. But both of these mirrors are complete. So maybe the contradiction is the mirrors themselves. Like the mirrors are wrong, you step through the mirror. All we have are mirror shards right now though. Miss Pops, by my hand, I will prove your innocence of the murder of Mr. Deacon. Therefore, please don't fret, it will soon be over. Oh, the dots. Do you not trust me? That is... Your face is all beet red, Miss Pops. No, I can't. I have Lance. Lolly, don't tell me that you like that guy more than me. That's... Oh, why am I so pathetic? I'm so this way by even a single glance. What exactly is she going on about? I think you have another guilty person on your hands, Mr. Edgeworth. Miles, my boy, what is the meaning of all of this? You plan to pay me back for all that you've done with the conviction of my son? I have not forgotten my debt to you. However, your son's crimes are a separate matter. Further, I can ignore the truth when it's right before me. You will regret this. I promise you that. I'll get you and your little puppy too. No matter the outcome, I never regret the choices I make. It's a good way to live. You can lie all you want, but I will all be for naught, Lance. As soon as I expose the truth, you'll be placed under arrest. How can you do this? After all that my dad has done for you. What your father has done for me is unrelated to the charges you face now. Unbelievable. You know, you sound kind of like a bully right now, Mr. Edgeworth. If I'm not serious about this, he will never understand the true gravity of his crimes. I will not allow him to remain a child forever. Haha, now you sound like a dad. It's the proto-badger who struck me. I suppose I should really say that is Lance. Oh, are you going to get him back? I need not resort to violence when the lawsuit I plan to bring to court will suffice. Really? Because I would totally have decked him right back. If someone steals from me, I steal something from them. If I get hit, I hand them back. If I get paid, I return the money. That's the secret of how a great thief works. Her third statement doesn't seem to be much benefit to her survival. It's very lax talionis of her, isn't it? It's a replica of myself. You are totally oblivious to what was behind you, huh? Yes, I suppose I'm also blamed for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which was all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vowed to never be caught by surprise again. So, have you noticed anything worthwhile? I have no obligation to talk with you. Well, I'm fine with just little thief and solving this case. That toy, it's very well made. Ah, that's because it's a noble thief. Yatakaratsu. Okay, that may not be something you want to advertise to everyone. Huh. So, Shina, what exactly is this extra-dimensional like space? I believe this is nothing more than a projection from that girl's toy. So, it's an illusion, right? Oh, the dots, yes. Hey, don't treat this like some sort of silly light show. I have a feeling I've already talked to these people. Thanks for letting us use, little thief. Langzi says, reject not those who seek the truth. So keep in mind, I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing this for the truth. Don't worry, I understand. We have different methods, but our wish is the same. I'm just gonna be thorough. I can't believe what I'm seeing, sir. The space I'm standing in, it's like some sort of crazy dream. Except that this isn't a dream. This is something K's gadget. Ah, no, wait, this is exactly like a dream, sir. I've never been so impressed. It's a miracle. Oh, the duds. Someone sure is easily impressed. Hee hee, I'm so glad that you like it. Oh, is this a part of your gadget? Now I wish I had one too. Well, once it's over, I'll let you play with it for a bit if you want. Ah, you do that for me, pal? Thanks. All right, well, let's wrap up this case already. It's times like these, I wonder if they understand the seriousness of the situation. I don't see anything else to examine except for this guy, but I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm supposed to deduce here. I mean, what's wrong about this scene? And every single time I click on the blue badge, no matter where I click, it says the same thing. I honestly don't know what to do here. I have no idea what to do here. Yeah, I have no idea. There's something wrong with this scene, that much I know for sure. Or maybe it's just a trick of the eye. No, that can't be it. What is it? I don't have any logic things to deduce. I have no idea what the contradiction is here. There we go. Why did I choose a picture? Because the picture is the thing that flashed up when I clicked on it. Hold on a second there. There's something wrong with this blue badger. What is wrong with this blue badger? I don't see anything wrong with the blue badger. I don't see anything wrong with the blue badger. Okay, tell me, because I'm clueless. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? Wait, are you serious? Like that small of a detail? Really? I mean, come on. That can't be. I input the image exactly as is in the pamphlet. Yeah. So then, why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? The blue badger in the pamphlet is wearing his belt in the reverse direction. How am I supposed to know that? I mean, I don't get it. And I don't think these things go together. Why do those go together? And I am completely clueless. I did that, by the way, because it's the only thing I could do. I've explored everywhere. So, Kay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh, that would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one. Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror... Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely, I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one that I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall. I don't get it. I don't get it either. What's the connection between this and the mirror wall? It's up to you to deduce if there's a connection or not. All the dots. Wait, that's your job. I should have figured it. I couldn't get away with that one. All right, this house is one of the attractions here at this park. It should be pretty easy to reason out why they placed a mirror wall here. Why? Just a pamphlet? As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of the stack. I'm just blindly guessing here. I have no idea why any of this is like relevant. Is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it's definitely still there. That was true at the time, however. So what, like this entire wall disappears? Or maybe you can step through this wall here. But then how would you have seen the badger? This mirror would have had to been like over here or something. I don't understand the layout here. This is like the strawberry house all over again. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. To remove a reflected image, simply remove the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. Okay, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. But wouldn't we notice this? Because the badger is over here now. We're literally looking at the badger over here. The badger isn't back here, it's over here. So how does that work? This explains why the other side of the fragments have a design on them. Ah, and if the pattern is the same as the other walls of this hallway, then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is a mirror trick that this haunted house employs. Although I do like the trick, I just don't understand how the badger is over here when it should be here. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit. Huh? How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Here? All the dots. I'm not sure I kept out of sight by standing there. You mean to say that even a great thief like yourself couldn't hide here? Even the Ataragatsu has walls she can't overcome, you know? I understand that should work. You hide there and, he's saying he was hiding here? As I thought, I suppose it wasn't possible for the culprit either in that case. If you already knew that, then why'd you bring it up in the first place? I need to rethink this. Look, we all know you're just chasing your delusions, so let's stop wasting time, alright? You want to suspect me, Mr. Edgeworth, but you haven't got a single shred of evidence. No. I say we'll let the courts resolve the rest. A few days later, Lance was acquitted of all charges due to lack of evidence. Thus, the truth was lost for all eternity. And that means, Pops ended up guilty. Man, that's dark. Alright, well, I'm gonna get back to that spot. I'll be back in a second. Okay, 5 minutes later, we're back here. The retry took me all the way back to the scene where, the badger had the sword. Now, I could have just loaded my save, but we had very little HP. So now we have a little bit more HP. This should be enough to get us through the rest of this case. So my initial thought was, if it's not in here, he had to be hiding here, right? It's the only other spot. There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him. You didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll? Exactly. All you had to do was wait on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on. I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality? Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Leave the money and go now. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Ah! Don't scare me like that. Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So, what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I enter the dining room. You got it. It's hard to remember that we're not actually in the haunted house. This is all a recreation at the front of the park. Now this, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then? Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so then when he stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Got it! Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in the Porter Badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. No, not yet, because this case just doesn't know how to end. It just keeps throwing more and more at us, so of course we can't be done just yet. Apparently, an even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what the heck? That thing just disappeared before I could even read it. How am I supposed to know what it said? Oh, that's just wrong. I didn't even click on anything. What's the inconsistency here? Because I'm not seeing the badger anymore. Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly, the blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on the long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction. So, let me get this straight. When he came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. Where was it? Lauren Potts. I don't think it was Lauren. But if Lance is over here, the only other person it could have been is Oliver. So was that Oliver's dead body? And then he came out over here and hit me over the head. So the dead body? The badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. Irk! What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off, and you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. So someone shot him at point-blank range, and that's what broke the mirror wall? No! Maybe it was due to the fighting, or perhaps it was a life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken. Ha! You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot while it was muffled? There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. I don't like that idea. It's easier to say that was muffled. A shot from point blank into a costume. So, yeah. Yeah. Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Erk! Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? Erk! It was you, Lance Amano. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, we're finally here. I'm sorry. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, well, that's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself, and somebody's got the handcuffs back on. That remains to be seen, and we will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I'll leave the rest to you. Heh, as if you're the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get the man in my state. Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad. Whoa. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You wounded me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know. You came to see me? What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about the case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name that you use here for that case? Sheena! It's known as the Kg8 Incident. The Kg8 Incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good, then you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling? There's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray. Father! Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deveray, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deveray was arrested in place of you, which is why when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret. No. Please, calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Heh, pretend me ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chant. Oh my god, that's... Who's this? What the? Who the heck was that? I'll take him down to the precinct, if you don't mind. Wait a second. That's that... This is the prosecutor that... And this is the guy that got murdered. Is this all connected? One overarching story? And who the heck are you? I'm Jacques Butzman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws up, I suspect. I'm sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So, if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but hey, prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Guys, arrest these 2 suspects. Sir. Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. Oh, the dots. Hey, is there any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So, how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. Hey, so you're just pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Mano in the struggling ring, right? No, I would never do such a thing. Tch, what the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. So Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Amano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred Vakama, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You are not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Oh, the frustrated dots. That courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Ha 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 ha! Well, don't worry, it's not only you. A whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years, every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. I like that. So, don't you forget it. Please, wait. Out the exclamations. Agent Shina. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Out the dots. Lang is the head of the long-honored house of Lang and Shangfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. All the dots. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again or any prosecutor. So, Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man. Oh, sorry, that's postman. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Ah, come on, Jim. Ah, we better catch up. Yeah. Just, yeah. That's like the only line he gets the entire game is just, yeah. We still got to deliver that thing to the old man, after all. I'll be seeing you guys soon, don't you worry. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed home ourselves. Ah, yeah, are you going home too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but be tangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? Ah, no problem, sir. Excuse me. Yeah? What is it? Thank thank you very much. It's okay. There's no need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective. I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure. There she goes again, talking to herself. Oh, the dots. Mrs. Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while I was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in this staged self-abduction. He was trying to protect her from him. Okay, I like that. Wait, then why did he? I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops. Me? Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Devereaux into cooperating. Father! As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as a mono-family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. Thank you very much. You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me. The dots. No, Lauren, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you. Run away, Edgeworth. You need to run away, quickly. Quickly. Hey, looks like you're completely thrown the hard way, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to go, sir! Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. Huh? What are you going on about now? Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts. Well, that's Mr. Edgeworth for you. Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This is the first time we met, you know. Well, what do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl? Huh, looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. Gummy? What? Gummy? Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promise I'll return this to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then child, Kay. What? And Detective Gumshoe. Oh, we're gonna meet Detective Gumshoe for the first time? Oh, now that sounds like fun. So we're gonna see, instead of like a Maya-like character, we're gonna see a Purse-like character, aren't we? Oh, that sounds good. So, final thoughts about this case. All right, here we go. Turnabout reminiscence. Final thoughts about this case. Here we go. All right, 1. I liked the case up until like a certain point, and then I just felt like everything after that was not necessary. I've said the Lord of the Rings analogy before, and that's kind of how I felt about that. If this case had ended an hour or two ago, I think I would have really enjoyed this case, because we met the killer early on, but we didn't know it, and it had a lot of twists and turns, and it had me guessing, and it's got really cool plot mechanics. It's got the father trying to protect the daughter, and it has all of that. And then Ernest had to get involved. And Ernest may be my least favorite character of all time now, because his inclusion in this case made this case so much more complicated than it needed to be. Now you could say, well, FlightlessBird, they wanted to connect this case with previous cases. They wanted to connect this with the smuggling ring from 10 years ago. But still, I don't think you need to have him trying to save his son to still have that plot line. You could have had that plot line without all that unnecessary stuff. Because in the end, all that, like, you didn't need it. You just didn't need it. sometimes a story is benefited by being shorter, and sometimes a story is benefited by being longer. I love the Lord of the Rings extended editions. I think they're wonderful. I think they're great. And I think they are to be revered as some of the best fantasy movies in the history of mankind. However, the Hobbit movie was way too long and it did not need an extended cut. The Hobbit movie should have been an hour shorter and a lot more to the point without all the other stuff that wasn't in the book. And if you wanted to put that stuff in the book, then you make a Hobbit movie and then you make a second movie. So the Lord of the Rings analogy here is really good because on one hand it shows a movie that went too long, and the other hand it showed a movie that just never could go long enough. And this, for me, this case was The Hobbit. This was a case of, now I'm thinking back to 1.5, Rise from the Ashes. Rise from the Ashes was like twice as long as the entire game. Okay, not twice long, but Rise from the Ashes was basically as long as the entire game of the first Ace Attorney game. But yet, I didn't feel like during that case, the case should have ended. Every single thing in Rise from the Ashes felt like it deserved that runtime. And I thought Rise from the Ashes was a really good case, and I had it ranked pretty high. Overall, I liked Rise from the Ashes quite a lot. 3-5. Again, the idea of the idea of your girl coming back and possessing someone and all of that. I mean, that made the case much longer than it probably needed to be, but I still was, I was hooked, and I was on the edge of my seat, and I was just so excited to see how that case would end. And I had that case, well, I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't seen my ranking video, but go watch my ranking video. I had that case ranked super high as well. So yeah, that's just, those are my final thoughts about this case. You'll let me know what your thoughts are. Overall, this case, I think, isn't bad case. It's just, it didn't need to be this long. I'm still not sold on Lang though. I know some people, I know Green River, Entra, you said that Lang's 180 is explained, I guess because he was trying to see if Edgeworth was the guilty party or not. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I just didn't get enough of Lang to make me think that all of that you're arrested works. Because what the game wants to tell you is either he's a super mastermind-like level character, or he's a complete idiot. And that's the problem. It shouldn't be one or the other. I should be able to say, you know, maybe he set all this up, but he also could have just been out for arrest. But he realized the opportunity, so he played Edgeworth, and there's a possibility that he may be this super mastermind. I would have liked to have seen that better. I just didn't get all of that. Anyway, I've ranted about this case enough. Maybe, just maybe, this case, if you think this is a bad case, the fact that I spent all this time rambling about this case shows that this case isn't as bad as you may think. Because if I'm talking about it this much, it means that this case did vibe with me in a lot of ways. Do I think it's the best case? No. Do I think it's the worst case? I don't think so. I mean, I still have a lot more problems with the pigeon guy's case. I have a lot more problems with that case than I did this case. So yeah, I didn't think it was the worst case. I didn't think it was the best case. I just thought this case could have been so much better if it just ended sooner. Speaking of ending sooner, I need to do that. Love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. This is our blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations. We start episode 4, Turnabout Reminiscence, in the next episode. Until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.